Holy shit, what is going on? What are the Mariners doing? Welcome back to another episode here on the Top Left Sports Show. Same two people as always. I'm Bradley Majors. He's Stephen Wolf.
I'm Stephen Wolf.
Um,
I was gonna do the same thing.
I mean,
Thank God you did that because I was gonna do the same thing.
Let's start off the show. What are the Mariners doing?
Okay, I wanted to come in here and talk about how good of a night the Mariners had last night, and then they bring out this shit, this crap, this stuff.
We'll start with the negatives on it. Obviously, there's
Oh my God.
a lot, I guess, to kind of touch on the situation, but for those that don't know, the Mariners traded our right-handed pitcher Kendall Graveman and Rafael Montero to the Houston Astros for an infielder Abraham Toro and a relief pitcher Joe Smith, who's been in the league for I think like 14 years or something like that.
Since 2007.
Yeah. So, at first glance at the trade before digging into it a lot, I guess I wouldn't say I was surprised, but I was like, all right, I knew we were going to make a move for an infielder.
Yeah.
But at the same time, once I started doing some research on it and figuring out who this Abraham Toro guy actually was, his experience and stuff like that, I kind of just slowly got more and more mad at the whole thing.
Not excited at all.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
So I guess, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, when you look at it, it's like the first name that I want to look at is Rafael Montero, and we say every time, "Oh, Montero did it again." So I'm excited for him to go. But when you look at Kendall Graveman and what he has done for us, why would you? I mean, that's something that we preach on every time we talk about the Mariners, is the relief pitching, the pitching in general, is we need to be solid at that every single time. And this doesn't seem like a solid trade for us, even though we are trying to get an infielder. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I wanted to come in here and talk highly of the Mariners about last night, but this kind of takes the wind out of my sails a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing when Bradley walked in the door tonight, it was like, I was like, what did I say?
You're like, I can't believe that happened. And I was like, oh yeah, last night it was like a really cool game.
I can't believe they did that. And you were like, yeah, that was such a good game to watch. I was like, I'm not even talking about that. Like, I'm over that at this point. Like,
yeah, which I don't want to be over that, because that was like a really big, like, I don't know how to classify it. Yeah, I was gonna say
a momentum thing.
Yeah, momentum thing. Like that will put you in a position to want to keep playing like that. Like, not going down six runs in the first inning.
And then reports coming out saying, like, the clubhouse isn't happy, the players aren't happy, and stuff like that. So
yeah, they were all shocked. They weren't happy about the situation.
Jamie says, how's the trade to start of bigger moves? What could be next? Seager, Hanny? No.
Seager definitely not.
I don't think, honestly, they might keep Joe Smith, but I think Toro's going to be on the move really fast as well. And we'll kind of get into that a little bit later, how he could be a part of a package to head to a couple different destinations that we got in mind that I've seen reports on. Attorney says, Toro, in my opinion, is just another typical utility guy. Sure, he has his upsides, but so does Dylan Moore and Shed Long. I think it's a bad move unless we flip Toro. Yeah.
So, basically going back to what you're just saying.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think is going to happen. That's why I think they're saying it's part of a bigger move or part of bigger things to come. But at the end of the day, if that was the case, if you're going after whoever they could be going after, I'll just throw a couple names out, like right off the top of the head, like Trevor Story or Whit Merrifield or something like that. If you're going to be getting rid of Kendall Graveman anyways, why not do it in a trade that is to somebody not in our division? If you trade for Trevor Story, you get him out of the league in general. You send him over to the National League and stuff like that. So
I think the craziest part of that is we're in a series with the Astros right now.
Yeah.
Like, you see like a report of I think it was Toro was practicing in a Mariners jersey today, or
Well, yeah, they did an interview with Kendall Graveman, and he was already in Houston gear.
It's so weird to see. Like, we're playing them right now.
He said he was less than 5 minutes away from going out and start warming up and stretching and stuff like that. And he got called into the services office.
Yeah, that's the craziest part about it is like, I guess they're here in Seattle. Might as well switch them over now. I thought that was like the most like shocking part about it all is we're in on like a pretty good series with them right now, and it's pretty important for us. Yeah, pretty important for us. So a move like that I think helps the Astros more than it helps the Mariners, in my opinion. But
I
could be wrong.
I mean, the Astros.
I'm not an expert on it. But
Astros definitely on this trade. You give the Astros probably like B+, A-, and the Mariners are like a
C-, D.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No part of this.
The really biggest
benefits.
The biggest benefit is we're getting rid of Montero, which for me as a fan, I don't like to see him come out ever. So,
but like I said earlier too, this trade wasn't. Montero and Smith didn't move except for the fact to make this a 4-person trade in general. Yeah. This trade was Graveman for Toro.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And they added
because Montero and Smith is like a lateral movement.
But
like
they wanted to get a relief pitcher out of it because we're losing Graveman, and then Montero was, if I remember right, he was already designated for assignment anyway. So I mean, Montero doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have, barring injuries, I don't think he would have been back up with the club this year anyways. So
yeah, definitely. Still, I think a bad move. I think everyone that's commented on the post that we've made just in the last 2 hours, everyone thinks it's a bad move. I've looked at some articles on that, and everyone says the Astros win in this trade. So
yeah, it's.
I mean, we can go over stats real quick too about
the Mariners marinating it. It's popping up a lot.
Exactly,
on a lot
I've
of
seen
comments.
that.
Same question is. Kind of like Jamie said, is what was this question? Oh yeah, like how is this part of a bigger trade, or they're coming out saying they're trying to win and all this and that, but how does getting rid of our top relief guy showing that we want to win and stuff like that?
Yeah, like you're making a push towards the end of the year, and you want to make some big moves.
That with the way our rotation is and not having a fifth guy, you got to have that depth in the bullpen to go on that fifth day.
Exactly,
like we saw yesterday.
I want to get into the stats a little bit. I was kind of looking it up to see how that trade kind of ranked in our favor, and like we already said, it doesn't really rank in our favor. We're getting Abraham Toro, so from 2019 to 2021, 93 games total, at 43 runs, 53 hits, 38 RBIs, and an overall average of batting average would be a 1.93. Doesn't really fit into where I think that we need. So we always preach about batting too. I think we need a little bit more than that. Still young though, so could you see him fitting in there and coming into something? Or
I don't think he will. I don't think he'll even have enough. I mean, the trade deadline's Friday, so that's including today 4 days technically, just under 4. So I mean, realistically 3.
Okay.
3 days away from today. We've got Houston tonight playing right now. Houston tomorrow afternoon. And then we go down to Texas, I think, for a 4-game series.
4-game, yeah.
So I don't know that he'll even make it on the field as a Mariner, to be honest with you. Right now,
I can see that.
If Dylan Moore stays hot, he's definitely not going to see the field unless Kyle Seager needs a rest day. I mean, I just think he gets flipped before the trade deadline or on the trade deadline. I don't.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I can see them. That's the only reason why I could see why they even got him, because it's not like he's a big prospect. He's not like supposed to be this big name guy. Like he kind of is just. The only reason he's even in the majors right now is because Alex Bregman's hurt.
I was actually looking on some articles, must have been like an Astro article or something, but they said that actually he was a pretty up and coming prospect that they were looking into. I would have to find it on my phone again, but they said that he was a prospect that they were looking into to be an asset. So
well, if he is, he's Kalanick-ing it.
Yeah. So, but that was one thing I did see, and I was like, all right, make a mental note of that. Like, that way I can bring this up.
Jamie says, do you think the trade might have some health and longevity items that we can't see? I don't really think so. I mean, on the Toro, I know we've been focusing on Toro a lot about this because he's probably the main focus of this trade. But even when you go to Joe Smith,
yeah,
I mean, the dude's been in the league for
14 years,
14 seasons.
Yeah,
he probably doesn't have much left. I think he's actually is he a free agent after this year? I know Graveman was an unrestricted free agent after this year. I don't know about Smith.
No,
though.
Toro. No, I don't have
Toro's
Smith. No, Smith is a free agent after this year.
Yeah.
I had it written down. Yeah.
So Smith probably won't even be back anyways unless we get him for stupid cheap.
Yeah.
And then, Toro is probably still in his entry level contract.
Toro has 4.5.
Yeah, he's still on his entry level contract. So
yeah.
It's I don't think so. Like I said, I don't know if we need to go into Toro or worry about him all that much. But I guess we'll see. I guess I don't know. But let's go into the positives. I guess.
Yeah, I think
not
so.
of that trade. There was no positives in that trade.
No positives.
So our beloved Seattle Mariners. Oh, Ty France almost had that one.
He almost had that.
55-46 going into today. 6 games back of the division. 1 game back of the wild card 2 spot.
Dude, last night.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll try and get excited about it, but it's probably not.
You have to. It's still fresh on my brain. I know the trade kind of gets a bad taste in your mouth, but I mean, just like I was laying in bed, had it on my phone. I was texting you. I was seeing all the posts on our Facebook page. It got me hyped up. Like I'm like laying in bed, like excited, and then like the baby's like kicking me, Savannah's kicking me. I'm like super excited about this because you posted on the Facebook page. It reminded you of that 2016 game.
Yeah, the game.
And it really did. Like, I don't know what else to say about it besides it was like
it just had that
super
feeling.
exciting.
Once we started to come back in was it the 5th or the 6th, we finally started to get some runs.
You just felt like we were gonna come back. Like there was no doubt in my mind.
Like it was getting a little bit more intense. That feeling, even for those not at the ballpark, just watching it, you could kind of like feel it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you always like hope for a comeback, but I felt like I could feel it through my TV, and I was like,
definitely. That's what I'm
excited.
saying.
And like usually when the Mariners are getting blown out, it's just time for bed. But my brother came over, we watched the game together, and he left. Like I said, I think the 7th or the 8th, and I still went into the bedroom and continued watching it. So there's another
run right there.
Yep. But anyways, yeah, super great night. I can't say enough good things about it. The young
Dylan
rookie
Moore
getting the start.
Sorry.
The rookie getting the start and getting smashed, but he still, I think, ended up going 3 innings to kind of save the bullpen a little bit.
6 runs in the first inning.
Yeah.
When I saw that,
home runs.
I wasn't watching it at that point. I was kind of just like looking it up as I was probably cooking dinner or something, playing with the kids or something. But seeing that, and I was like, oh man, like seriously. And then you look towards the 4th inning, they got like 2 runs or something like that. It started getting it going, and yeah, most people would turn off the TV then, like count them out, like whatever.
Yeah.
But
Jesus Christ.
Gosh, dang.
Flexing,
sorry, this is
just getting tore up right now.
Yeah. What is that?
That's 4 hits in a row.
Yeah. But no, anyways. just like watching it. Was it it was the 8th inning when we started when we took the lead.
Yeah.
With Dylan Moore, a guy that we've talked about plenty of times, saying that he needs to get his batting up.
I said he could be a good trade deadline move.
Oh yeah, you definitely did. And
if we could get the right piece to fill his spot, I definitely think
we can't count one game of him hitting a grand slam, like
No, it's
being
not.
like him, like oh, he's the best player ever. But I mean, that still put a lot of good wind in our sails.
Yeah.
I would say.
Until the trade happened.
Until the trade happened, but it definitely like got everyone fired up. And then you have who is it, JP coming in and getting hit, and then you see Scott on the side. I think Scott was the most fired up player on the field that night.
Yeah, I mean they did interviews after, and even JP said that he respected that and wants to play for a coach that does that and stuff like that. So
you could see that the TV definitely put their cameras on Scott, and he was fired up.
Yeah.
Their pitcher got ejected.
Yeah.
It was just an exciting game to watch.
It took him that long to eject him. They had to completely come together, but he threw
that's what I thought too.
3 pitches in a row, 3 fastballs in a row inside, and they got closer, and then finally hit
him in the back. Yeah.
Like there was no. But he should have been ejected right away, especially right after giving up a grand slam. When he got hit, I was wondering how he wasn't ejected right away. But
so at that point, I was like scrolling through my phone or whatever, and I didn't see like everything because I had like it up on the side of my phone or whatever. And I'm like scrolling through, looking at our post, trying to comment on it or whatever. Did they give out the warning before he got hit or after he got hit, and then just decided to eject him after that? I wasn't sure.
No, I don't think a warning was even given.
I thought they said a warning was given.
I mean, there might have been warnings to the dugouts.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a warning given to. I mean,
okay.
When you throw behind a guy, inside twice in a row, and then behind a guy
3 times in a row
on the third pitch,
and
hit him, there's clear intent there, especially right after giving up a go-ahead grand slam in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, definitely.
There's clearly intent there.
Okay.
But so yeah, 219 batting average for the team this year, which is the worst in baseball. Our overall as a pitching, we're a 4.45 ERA, which is 19th. So still, I mean, a lot of room for improvement.
Mm-hmm.
The one positive, I was able to pull up. Well, not the one because the record's a positive. But a big positive is we got a 986 fielding percentage, which is tied for 5th in the majors, right there with Atlanta. Good pitch.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of room obviously on both sides of the ball, offensive and defensively, but at least we're not making the same mistakes we kind of used to back in the day. When we had like Lloyd McClendon and stuff like that, all the errors and base running errors, fielding errors, stuff like that. So kind of piggybacking off of our earlier conversations, but getting up to the trade deadline on Friday, does this team owe the city after all these years? Do the Mariners owe the city of Seattle and Oregon and Idaho and all of the states surrounding that don't have a professional baseball team that have Mariners fans? Do they owe us a run at a postseason this year? And should they do not whatever it takes, because there's a lot we could do that would be whatever it takes, but should they try their very best to try and make a push towards the playoffs trade-wise?
Are you asking as a fan or as analysis?
Both. What do you I don't know.
I mean, after watching how many years, you would say, yeah, you owe me.
I agree with you.
You owe me. I mean, I love watching it, and I'll watch it. Not every single game, but I'll watch a lot of the games in the whole season. So I feel like after all that investment and I guess it's not time, but just the investment, and when people are fans of sports, they are like fans of sports. Like it makes you happy when you win, it makes you sad when you lose. I think all the people that are like that to give them a postseason run, at least a run.
But what is it? Like, so what's it gonna take then? Like, what are we? What are you giving up to get though? Like, is the same conversation comes up every time I listen to sports radio for the last week. It's what do you give up? And one of those pieces was Kendall Graveman, and we gave him up, and now.
But I feel like you just gave him up to get nothing though.
Exactly.
Like you have to give him up to get something.
That's the problem though, and that's why I'm saying I agree. I think this is part of a bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're not in their shoes. We don't know what's going on behind the curtain.
There's no way to know what conversations are being had with what team.
So we can't say that that's a bad move on their part because they might have a long-term plan.
I mean, Max
just
Scherzer,
for the season.
They just put pretty much Max Scherzer on the trading block, and like we don't know if they're calling the Nats saying,
yeah, we don't, yeah, exactly.
We don't know to get him. Yeah, you know, I know they're not, but
yeah.
You know, we don't know for sure. We don't know if they're on the phone with the Rockies saying, what's it going to take? I mean, that one, I'm sure they have made that call and say, what is it going to take Trevor Story? Mm-hmm. And now that we have this farm system built up, everybody knows the prospects that we have. And everybody wants an Emerson Griffin. Everybody wants, Emerson Hancock. Everybody wants a Julio, a Jared Kelenic, a Cal Raleigh, like everybody wants those guys. Yeah. So it's like now that they know that we have those guys, that's what it's gonna take. So at what point is it like we say, do they owe us? But do we let that go for one more year? As a fan, are we okay with waiting 1 more, 2 more years, and that 1 year we make it? We have a legit chance at making a World Series or an ALCS rather than just getting into a one-and-done wild card game.
Yeah.
Because we could go all in on it and get rid of Emerson or Julio or something like that and then make the wild card lose and then we got another 20-year drought.
Yeah.
You know? Not saying that those two guys are what's going to make or break it, but it's like we've done enough in this process. This is the first like big rebuild that we've had since our playoff drought has started. Like legit rebuild, not get a couple guys and give them a chance and then trade them. Like literally let them develop, leave them in the minors. That's why I don't think Kelenic should be with the club right now. You know, actually have a full rebuild process, doing what the Astros did, doing what the Blue Jays did. All that stuff, you know. So do we just wait it out, or do we try and make a trade and hopefully it works for? If we get Trevor Story, we only have him for the rest of the year because he's unrestricted free agent after this.
Yeah,
you know.
But when you say wait it out,
I mean we could wait it out and it not pan out though.
Yeah, how long have we waited it out since the drought started?
Yeah, but how long have we waited during this legit rebuild process? This legit rebuild process has only been like 3-4 years, maybe 4 years.
Yeah. Okay, so you're saying,
and it doesn't have you got to remember when DePoto took over, we had literally the worst farm system in baseball. Mm-hmm. And now we have what, top three behind the Rays and somebody else. I don't remember.
It was top 2 for a while.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The fan in me says we just want to see you get to the playoffs. Want to see you get something going.
I think if we can get to the playoffs, I'm not saying we're going to make a World Series, but I bet you if we make a wild card game, we win that wild card game.
Okay.
We've already swept Tampa Bay.
Yep.
We took 4 out of 3 of Oakland.
Yep.
Yeah, we struggled against the Yankees, but they're like 6 games back right now. So, and if we make the wild card, 90% chance it's going to be wild card 2. So we're going to be on the road. And more than likely, we're going to be either going to Boston or Tampa Bay. Because the AL East is, I mean, that's how good that division is and how close they are right now.
Yeah.
You know, so, anyways, back to the trade topic. Trevor Story is probably the biggest name that pops out that we should go after. Like I said, the only reason why I don't think we will is because he is an unrestricted free agent after this season. He's hitting 240 this year, 12 home runs, 46 ERA, or 46 RBI. I'm sorry. No, I started looking at something else like as I was talking. I'm not a multitasker. His 6th season in the bigs, 272 career average. Colorado's currently 19.5 games back of the NL West, And like I said, he's an unrestricted free agent after this season. So, and I feel like it's going to cost a lot to get him, even though Colorado's not in a playoff position, but they're kind of at the same point. You know, they got rid of Nolan, Arenado. Now, if Trevor goes, it'll kind of be like the nucleus of that team is kind of slowly disbanding, and they're going to be starting a rebuild process themselves.
Yeah.
So they're going to be looking for big trades. They're going to, or, you know, big draft picks or big prospects. You know, so I think it's going to take a lot more to get Trevor Story than it will for Whit Merrifield, who is kind of like a Dylan Moore, is a very utility guy.
Mm-hmm.
He plays a lot of infield. I think he's actually playing second right now for the Royals, but he can play the outfield. He's under contract through 2023 at a decent price. It's just about $10 million over 2 years with a 2023 option. Good bat, good speed, 272 average this year, 8 home runs, 53 RBIs. So,
yep.
You know, higher average in Story, little less, not as big as a bat, you know, not going to be hitting all the home runs, but definitely is making good contact. He is very fast, and it's a reasonable contract for us to be able to juggle if we do pick him up. We're not going to be paying a bunch of money or anything like that in the long run, you know?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
I'm just reading this article real quick.
So if I had to guess, it's it would be Whit Merrifield that we're gonna go after. Merrifield,
yeah.
Whatever. Mostly just because, like I said, it's gonna take a lot to get Story. He's unrestricted after this season, so we're literally getting him for 2 months. And then if we get Merrifield and say he doesn't pan out, we have a year to get him to develop a little bit more. But I don't think it would ever come to that.
Yeah, right here, Dipoto has stressed in recent editions of blah, 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 blah. The Mariners are not interested in rentals at the trade deadline and are prioritizing players that can figure into the team's plans past this season.
Yeah.
So
pretty much
that fits in a lot better. Sorry, I was like reading this article through its entirety, so
it would take
I wanted to make sure I got all the info.
Like signing Trevor Story and like an agreement that he was going to sign a contract with us.
Yeah, but exactly. That's what I just read out. They're not looking for rentals; they want a contract. So
yeah, and you know, I could be wrong, but I'm like 99% sure he's played shortstop his entire career at Colorado with the Rockies. So obviously, he's not going to come in and take JP's position.
Yeah.
And you don't want to bring a guy in for a couple months who you're trying to re-sign and be like, oh, by the way, you're going to jump on the other side of the diamond. And you're not going to play, you know, or not going to play your
not going to play your position. Yeah.
So that's why I think Whit Merrifield is going to be the guy for the Mariners.
Yep.
Excuse me.
That's a good burp.
Yeah. It's been working out for a while. But on a side note to that, you know, another big thing that we need to look at is pitching as well. You know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll harp on it for hours on end. I mean, we always talk about it.
There's some good options out there right now. Is the problem that I'm really struggling, and these are all starting pitchers, of course, but you know, I got the list of them here. Tyler Anderson, who's with was with the Pirates. He actually just got traded today to, I don't remember where he went. The Reds? No. I don't know. Someone knows where Tyler Anderson went. Put it in the comments. I know he did get traded today, though. And then Madison Bumgarner with the Diamondbacks. The problem with him is how much money he's going to cost to trade for. It's $19 million this year plus $60 million between 2022 and 2024.
Yeah.
So, you know, averaging $20 million a year through 2024 is a lot. But with his fastball and, you know, his swing and a miss rate, whiff rate, whatever they call it, going up this year, could be contender, but I just don't. Again, it's going to take a lot to get him.
Yeah.
Same thing with Michael Pineda from the Twins. You know, it's 3.46 ERA, 32, so still pretty young. Not pretty young, but still kind of on the lower side of things. But it has had some forearm problems this year. Sorry, I do not know why I can't talk tonight.
Mush mouth tonight.
I know. And then Danny Duffy from the Royals as well. 1.94 ERA in 7 starts this year. The guy who no-hit us at home, at T-Mobile Park, John Means, could be a guy to go after. I don't think we'll go after him, but 2.28 ERA. I mean, it's like I said earlier, it's going to be so hard to go after some of these bigger guys because everybody knows what we have, right? So it's like the more you get, the more expensive it gets to try and get other people.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the main thing you look at is if we're trying to go for a push right now, the players that we're going to want to get are going to be expensive.
Yeah. But it's like hard to want to go after a starting pitcher too, though, because we do still have Justin Dunn and Justice Sheffield that once they're healthy, they're going to come back into their role in the rotation most likely. But it's like,
yeah,
I don't know their status or when they're due to be back, but it's probably not for another couple weeks at least. And then another guy out of the division, Kyle Gibson, 2.13 ERA with a 52% ground ball rating through 12 starts this year. He's locked in through 2022 at $7 million a year. So, I mean, that's about as good as a trade value you're going to get right there, as long as he stays consistent with throwing the same. And then the last and biggest name pitching wise on the trade block right now is Max Scherzer, obviously of the Nationals. But I did just see a thing today saying that he's having some neck problems and is either having it looked at or having like a minor surgery on it or something like that on Monday. So, of course, it's kind of just like the Carey Price thing with the draft. They're looking at it the day after the expansion draft. It's kind of the same thing with Scherzer. They're going to look at him the day after the trade deadline.
Yeah.
So, kind of
also a lot of other teams probably looking at him as well.
Yeah, but they're trying to quick trade him. Like, they're not trying to mess around or anything like that. If they're going to send him off, they want to send him off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess stay tuned on the trade deadline. There's going to be a lot of stuff in the next 24 to 48 hours. You're going to start seeing a lot of moves. And it's going to get very, very interesting, I think. It's going to be interesting to see what the Mariners do, but it's also going to see what everyone does around the, like, Tampa Bay, New York, Oakland. Houston's probably not going to make very many deals. Honestly, this will probably be, unless they have some other bullpen moves that they can make, they're probably not going to do much.
Yeah.
But
more interesting than trading with the team that you're playing with right now.
I mean, it actually happens a lot more than you would think.
That just seems crazy.
I feel like it happens at least once or twice a year.
Yeah. You
kind of see it, but
it's so weird. So weird.
It just kind of happens that way.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Let's kind of. I bet you all the scores the same because my phone hasn't vibrated, but. Loading.
If it'll load, yeah. What was it? 6-2?
6-2, yeah.
When we first clicked off of it.
Oh, this is the gold medal game right here. All right. On to Justin says Mariners are killing it. Yeah. And this is honestly what I was afraid of to happen is get the big win last night. You know, it's hard enough to come off of ask anyone in like softball, right? You come off of a big win or like a very big upset against a team that should beat you, and the next game you can just like completely go to shit. Well, I feel like we're kind of seeing that same thing right now. Is like we got a huge win last night, right?
Yeah.
And then some bad stuff happened today, and now I think the morale is just like flat.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, you can kind of see in this game right now. Hopefully we get another comeback like we did last time. Yeah. Eighth inning comeback. Yeah, hopefully we can.
I hope so, man.
But yeah, I don't know. I think morale might be a little low today. Just seeing the reports from them not happy in the locker room. So yeah.
We just turned on the. Oh, did she catch that? Oh shit!
Bounce. Yeah.
No, it went off the glove.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Huh.
It was an error with a catch behind it.
Weird.
We just turned on the Team USA versus Japan gold medal game. Japan's up 2-0, top 7. Huh. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into. Yeah, the clubhouse is definitely down right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into some NFL talk. We got training camps.
Cannot wait for NFL, man. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
You don't have to wait anymore because it's back.
Yeah.
Well, I guess for the Seahawks, it's back tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
I think literally every other team started today.
I think so.
And a couple started Friday or Saturday. But anyways, so some of the big headlines, obviously Aaron Rodgers probably being the biggest of them all.
That's the big, the most one I saw today. Him showing up to training camp.
It sounds, but it was the one I literally don't care about the most. Because I already, I knew he was going to play this year. I don't know if and I tried looking it up before the show started, but if his contract had gotten restructured yet or not, and I couldn't find anything on it. I know what it's going to get restructured to, obviously, because there's been the reports on it. Pretty much canceling, I think it was the last 2 years of his contract, and pretty much making this his last season with them, and then saying we will not franchise tag you after that. He'll pretty much be an unrestricted free agent after this season.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he reported. I didn't think for a second that he wasn't going to report.
No, yeah, I didn't think so either.
But yeah, let's just kind of go through a couple of headlines before we get to Seahawks stuff. But
so if Aaron Rodgers reported, do you think they're going to extend Adams?
No.
You don't think so?
No. If Aaron Rodgers leaves, Devontae Adams will leave.
So he's here this year.
So he'll be here this year.
And then no extension, though?
No.
Okay.
No, he's not going to go from having a Super Bowl MVP or a Super Bowl quarterback and how many time MVP is he caliber quarterback to, essentially he'll be a rookie and who the fuck, Trey Lance.
Oh yeah, Trey Lance. Yep.
Was it Trey Lance? No, it wasn't Trey Lance.
No, because Trey Lance is
with the 49ers.
Yeah, Trey Lance is with the 49ers.
Yeah. Yep. Who the fuck did they draft? Oh, the dude out of God, why can I not think of his name right now? Come on. Dude, what is his name? This is going to piss me off now. When you say it, I'm just going to chug my beer. You're taking forever.
You made me laugh, so I stopped.
Somebody answers before Bradley, they get a free hat.
Oh, definitely. It's not coming up first thing. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Where is it at? It's not popping up. It's not popping up.
All you gotta type in is. God, you're so.
It's not popping up on here. Here we go. This might be it. Oh my god.
You're so bad.
I keep getting pop-ups.
It is.
Oh, I'm bad, but you can't find it either?
No.
Yeah, did they even draft?
They didn't.
No, they didn't. That's why it's not popping up. They
Dude,
didn't.
I could have sworn.
Nope, they did not.
Alright.
Ha! That's why I couldn't find it. I had to go through all their draft picks and couldn't find it. I was like, yeah, they didn't. So, I'm not bad. Thank you very much.
Dude, I'm telling you. All right. Jordan Love. Wait, no.
No,
No.
they didn't. This is gonna be some dead air. I'm sorry, but we
Dude,
gotta figure
I'm
this out,
telling
or
you
else
right
he's gonna
now.
go mad.
I'm telling you right now, that's who they. Maybe they didn't draft him, but. Oh, it's his second year. They drafted him the year before. My bad.
Ha!
Okay.
Who is that?
Jordan Love out of
Jordan
Utah
Love,
State,
yeah.
I think.
Right there, yeah. Just found that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, my bad. It was the year before.
Okay, well, this is 2021.
I'll still check my beer.
Yeah, chug it. Oh, you finished? Finally, now we can move on with the show.
Oh, did you see that?
That was good.
Robbery. I don't know who that was, but she just robbed a no doubt home. Well, obviously it wasn't a no doubt home run, but home run on the left field fence.
They don't even play a replay of it. They
No.
go right to commercial. That's messed up.
All right, so let's get into some of the other headlines then, because I don't care about Aaron Rodgers. A couple people coming back from injury this year.
Gosh, dang.
You're the one that
Bush
said
apples
my beer.
are getting it.
I know.
Man.
Actually, let's start with Deshaun Watson. 10 more cases came out on him today, so he ain't playing in the NFL this year.
Not at all.
Xavier Howard requests a trade from Miami.
I saw. Did you read the letter that he drafted up?
I skimmed it.
Yeah, I skimmed it as well.
Just
talking about how he gave everything to the organization.
He's one of the best in the league and all this and that.
Yeah. Feels like he doesn't get what he puts in. His contract obviously doesn't.
He's guaranteed like $75 million.
That's what he said, though.
That's what I don't. We'll get into that a little later on. They're saying Nick Bosa, the pass rusher, obviously Joey's little brother. Actually, is Nick the younger brother?
I think Nick's the older brother, isn't it? Isn't Joey the younger one?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think I'm right. You want me to look it up? Here,
No,
you keep talking. I'm looking it up because
All right.
now I need to know.
I think you're right, though.
All right.
But anyways, Nick Bosa, they're saying he had the knee injury last year that ended his season. They're saying he's coming back. Looks faster than ever. Mariners just gave up another single. Sam Darnold spent part of the summer training with Jordan Palmer, along with a couple other younger quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Kyle Allen. He'll have his first season with, I believe he went to Carolina, did he not? Okay, good talk. Pretty sure. One of the big headlines I saw kind of coming out of the NFC West is
Joey Bosa is older. 26, Nick is 23.
So I was right.
You're right.
Okay,
Yeah.
see?
All right, cool. Joey Bosa is born in 1995. I was born in 1995.
I was born in 95.
I'm not shit. God dang. That makes you feel bad.
Kyle Shanahan came out and said that there is no competition between Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo for starting quarterback position, saying Jimmy Garoppolo is their QB1. His contract, I think, is up at the end of this season. I'm not sure, though. I want to say it was. First round draft pick, best quarterback in the building right now. I don't know. I'll have to look that up later. But Odell Beckham Jr. passed his physical, so he didn't go on the PUP list after ACL tear in week 7. Who else? Joe Burrow didn't start on the PUP list. He's back as well. Dak Prescott is back and not on the PUP list as well. Saquon, same story there. And Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. all those players not on the PUP list to start the season, which is good news for them. And then a couple actually draft picks starting the season this year without having their contracts signed. One of those being, I think, was at the number 2 overall pick, Zach Wilson, going to the Jets. Trey Lance as well hasn't signed his contract yet. And then
but Trey isn't starting. You said starting, right?
No, but he still hasn't signed his contract.
Oh, okay.
And then there was another one today, the offensive tackle for the Chargers, but he signed his contract today before hitting the fields. Camp said New York started center under 2021. Yeah, for whatever reason, they haven't made an agreement on contract yet.
I got questions for you.
What?
I just want you to pick a name. I'll just call off a few. Just pick a name, all right?
Okay.
Cam Newton, Mac Jones.
What am I?
Pick. I want you to pick based off of just like the first.
Wow. Team USA just lost in the gold medal game to Japan. Wow.
2-0.
Yeah.
Damn. Looks good.
Anyways, so
Cam Newton, Mac Jones. I'll throw a few out at you. So,
are these for like starting positions?
Just pick a name.
I gotta know what it's for. You can't just say pick a name.
I just want you to pick one. I just want you to pick. No, what I say?
Joe DiMaggio.
Okay, perfect. We're talking about football and not baseball.
Brett Favre.
So, Hall of Fame.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, for starting position. Through it.
Cam.
Okay. Go Andy Dalton or Justin Fields or Nick Foles.
Oh, Justin Fields.
Oh, okay. Not Dalton?
No, you take
I would pick Dalton over Nick Foles, but then when it gets to the Justin Fields, Andy Dalton.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
It's that you take a quarterback like Justin Fields who is as good as he is. You're not gonna throw him under a quarterback like Andy Dalton or Nick Foles.
Okay.
Like, there's other. If it was a Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers or a franchise quarterback, that's different.
Yeah.
If their contract was up at the end of the season, because then you give them a year to actually develop and watch and learn, and they got the headset on. They're in the coaches meetings and stuff like that. But you take a guy like Justin Fields, and there's no real cast of quarterbacks around him like that, like elite level quarterbacks. He's your QB1.
All right, I got a hard one for you. They might
say that there's a battle going on just to have him perform and see if he can handle the pressure. But other than that, he's QB1.
Okay, because I'm just throwing out names that are like the top like battles to watch with the training camp. This is a hard one for you. Eaton W's Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill? A guy that can play every single position on the field.
I mean, Jameis is going to be QB1.
What do you think? It's hard to pick Jameis.
I don't know, because Jameis he's a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
dynamic? No?
I mean, yes, but no.
Okay.
He gets judged very hardly.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
When he was in Tampa Bay, yes, he had like Mike Evans and stuff like that around him, but other than that, like, he didn't have a great offensive line. He was getting rushed a lot. Yes, he makes bad decisions with the football, but under a coach like Sean Payton, you can learn. Like, he can be coachable, and that's that's the thing with Jameis, is he's gonna have to be coachable for once. Went to Florida State. I'm pretty sure he won a Heisman, like 98.9% sure he was a Heisman Trophy winner, all that stuff. High draft pick, struggled, probably just didn't have the right coaching around him. But you get a coach like Sean Payton around you, and you get the tools that they have, and have an actual run game, so he doesn't have to worry about throwing the ball so many times a game. I think he'll be all right. I mean, he's obviously not going to fill Drew's shoes.
Definitely not.
I think he'll be all right. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but
I think it'll help out because they'll definitely still utilize Taysom Hill as that kind of same thing they did last year.
yeah. But the problem with Taysom Hill at quarterback is just like last year when Drew Brees was hurt and was out. Is Taysom Hill just runs too much? He doesn't realize like when you're QB1, you're QB1. Like that's
Yeah, you're not the running back.
you can't be doing shit like that because if you get hurt, especially when you're already in as the backup, and then you're relying on third and practice squad quarterbacks, like when you're QB1, you can't be doing stuff like that. You know? So I think you'll see James. I mean, obviously they'll have their little battle in training camp and stuff, but I think you'll see.
I think Jameis is probably
Jameis will be QB1 at the start of the season.
I think definitely it's gonna be weird seeing Saints team without Drew in there.
Yeah,
Definitely gonna be odd. Women's soccer.
I think this is a rerun.
Yeah. United States versus Australia.
Anyways, go ahead.
That was it for mine. There was just a few that I picked out that kind of stood out to me the most. I got one Seahawks one. Save that for talk about the Seahawks. So
go ahead because we're about to start Seahawks right now.
All right, we're starting the Seahawks right now. This one's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-parter. Witherspoon, Flowers, Pierre, Trey Brown, DJ Reed. Witherspoon, Flowers, Pierre, Trey Brown,
I'm
DJ Reed.
Pick one.
Pick one.
For starting corner.
Pick two. We got 2 corners. Pick 2. That's a different type of. We were going off of all quarterbacks. Now we're going a little bit different. So pick 2. Witherspoon, Flowers, Pierre, Trey Brown, which are 2 names that are going to be new to you, and then Reed.
Hold on.
Give you a little research time.
No, I'm just gonna pull the names up so I can actually think.
All right. Witherspoon, which obviously you know how he plays. Flowers, which obviously know how he plays. Pierre, Trey Brown, DJ Reed.
Flowers is another one I think he gets scrutinized a lot.
He definitely does, and I do it.
You know, I mean, everyone's hard on him, but
I think it's hard on him because we have such high expectations for a defense coming from the Legion of Boom, which we never even talked about Richard Sherman. That's funny.
That's fine.
But go right by that.
Okay, so what's the names you have?
Witherspoon.
Yeah, obviously.
Trey Flowers.
Yeah.
Pierre. I can't even say his last.
Desir.
Yeah.
Desir.
Yeah, Desir. I would say. Trey Brown. DJ Reed. But Reed and Flowers are guys that have already been on the team coming back.
Witherspoon will start for sure. And I think on the other side of the ball is going to be a battle between Trey and DJ.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to say DJ Reed.
I think going into the season it'll be DJ for sure.
Yeah.
But look for Trey to try and prove himself when he does get playing chances, and try and make that move if DJ gets hurt for whatever reason or something like that. Yeah, but I think Trey Flowers, if he has a strong camp, he'll make a very, very good case for himself. But I think week 1 it'll be Witherspoon and DJ Reed.
I think that's exactly how I was thinking. So
yeah,
I think it's probably how most people will think. Let me see. Adams reported to camp today.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised by that at all.
Okay, I wasn't either.
I don't think he'll practice.
I just like to see it.
Well, actually, I don't know, and I've been on the fence on that if he's gonna practice or not, and that him showing up to camp was never a question.
Yeah,
but it was him is he gonna be out there practicing?
And the most thing you see is just him not wanting to get hurt. And
that's why if I'm him, I don't practice because I don't want to get hurt. And the Hawks are at being one of the highest paid players in the NFL.
So I was gonna say the Hawks already said that they would pay him.
Yeah, it's just trying to agree on a number, finding out how they're gonna pay him.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh,
papers in the way.
Landeskog got a $56 million deal. Seattle to acquire Tyler Anderson. Mariners are finalizing a deal for Pirates lefty. Pittsburgh trade with Philly fell through on medical review. That's the dude. I literally just talked about him in our thing when I said he just got traded, and I said the Reds. It was to the Phillies.
Who was it? Say the name
Tyler
again.
Anderson, the reliever
okay.
from.
Yeah.
Actually, is he a reliever or a starter? I think he's a starter.
Okay, but I remember you were saying something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got.
And that's just came to your phone right now.
Yeah, 7 minutes ago. So you heard it here first, folks.
First one to report on it.
3.59 ERA, or not so exciting. Anderson was pounded by the Braves on May 21st, and that outing had helped inflate his ERA to not so exciting 4.52, but a 3.59 mark in his other starts. Anderson ranked 74th percentile in walk rate, 78th in chase rate, and he's been a nice under the radar addition for the Pirates on a 1-year contract worth $2.5 million. Yeah, $2.5 million. Obviously, we won't pay all that, and he'll be unrestricted at the end of this year. But if that could happen, I'm gonna try and pull that up. That's via Bleacher Report. That's why I try and tell you need to download all these apps.
I do need them.
Shit from different people all the time. Seattle Mariners are finalizing a deal to acquire left-handed pitcher Tyler Anderson from the Pittsburgh Pirates, sources tell ESPN. The Pirates thought they had a deal today for Anderson with Philadelphia, but it fell through on medical review. Seattle went and got him instead. So it sounds like they're in agreement. He probably just has to pass a physical. So for whatever reason, his physical or medical review, Philly didn't like, so Seattle went after him.
It makes me wonder what they didn't like about that and what we won't mind about.
I mean, it doesn't show on here that he has any like medical problems or injury problems or anything like that going on.
It's just
so hey, if that could help a lot though.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of fill that hole that we just
like I said
for us.
You heard it here first. Seattle Mariners are going after Tyler Anderson, left-handed pitcher of the Pittsburgh Pirates. We need to have like one of those. This just
breaking news.
Intro and if someone can create that for us, I'll give you a beer.
One beer, just one.
Beer. Anyways, what the freak were we talking about?
Just about the Hawks and training camp.
You said you had a 5-parter. Was that because it was 5 people?
It was 5 people.
Oh.
So it was different because I was giving you 2 names. That I want to give you 5. Anything more that you're looking forward to for the Hawks? As in training camp, you know?
I want to see how Jordan Brooks does.
Yes.
Also, as stupid as it sounds, but I want to see how Bobby Wagner looks. Starting to get up there a little bit in age.
The 11th year this year, I think. Pretty sure this will be his 11th year.
11th or 10th, yeah.
Yeah, I think this will be his 11th year. So yeah, starting getting up there in age. Obviously been a guy that we can count on for the last 8 years. Getting ahead.
Yeah, Julie Ertz. My girl. No. I don't know what happened. Anyways, yeah, kind of been a little slower the last couple years or two, so be interesting. I saw him walking into camp. He looks fit and stuff, so
that guy's always fit. Holy crap. See how Russell feels coming in off all that freaking drama.
I think he'll be fine.
The off season.
I think I brought it up. Well, did we do a show last week?
We did a live show.
Was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
We did one last week from my house, and I think a week before that from my house. I think that's when we talked about it. It was 2 weeks ago.
But anyways, I'm really excited to see what Dwayne Eskridge is going to look like. I think him and Freddie Swain are going to kind of go after that third wide receiver spot.
Yeah.
Gerald Everett coming in to new. Not really. I mean, it would be new because what's his name was a passing game coordinator, not an OC. But yeah. And then Gabe Jackson. Our O-line, really, as a whole. I'm excited to see what they do. Ooh, fast break. Go! Go!
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Right at the keeper. Way to go, Alex Morgan. Oh
wow.
Yeah, but Dwayne Brown, Damian Lewis are gonna lock up the left side, but then Gabe Jackson, who he picked up, and then Brandon Shell with Easton Posick in the middle. Where I heard it on the radio, so I don't know the exact number. I don't remember. This was a few weeks ago, but they had us ranked as like a top 5 offensive line right now in the league.
Really?
So
okay.
But you got a strong left side with the tackle Dwayne Brown, obviously the good veteran. Damian Lewis, who played all over the line last year and played really good. Should be at the guard on the left side this year. Posick, you're just kind of going to get what you're going to get out of him.
He's give and take.
I wish they would have gone out and tried to improve the center position this offseason. And then Gabe Jackson, who we got from the Raiders, from the Las Vegas Raiders. And then Brandon Shell as well on the right side. So really, if you have a soft position on the O-line, it's going to be probably our right tackle with Brandon Shell or our center with Posick. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'll find out a little bit more tomorrow. And then Rashad Penny, like we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Rashad Penny, Chris
Mariners
Carson.
too quiet. Mariners Pirates nearing deal. Where'd you go? Come back. Same thing I read earlier, pretty much.
Yeah, just from a different source.
One of the 7 other ones.
Yeah.
Eric said, I don't understand why. I'm assuming that's supposed to be Graveman was traded for junk. Yeah, we talked about it earlier too. We can't figure it out. This might be part of it right here.
Yeah, I mean,
this could be. Maybe they saw that we got an infielder. Maybe they need an infielder.
Yeah, just a quick flip.
Yeah, but if we get rid of any more pitchers, I'm going to be very surprised.
Yeah. Did you have...
Unless maybe we get rid of, like, Justin Dunn. Do we deal with Justin Dunn? Or Justice Sheffield, maybe? I think you have to keep one of the two no matter what. I think you keep... Even though his numbers were worse this year, I think you keep a Justice Sheffield.
Yeah.
But that's just because the same thing. I mean, he's not a prospect anymore, obviously, but like what he's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I said, trade deadline in a couple days. Seahawks training camp is starting tomorrow. I don't know.
I think just stay tuned for more on the page. Not necessarily the live show, but more of us posting on the page because that stuff's gonna ramp up a little bit more. Yeah. Obviously the trade dedeadline. You said it was Friday.
Get that, so if we get Tyler Anderson, he should be making a start in Texas.
Yeah.
He should be Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah. So I mean, there's gonna be a lot of information coming out in the next couple of days on both subjects.
It'll be Sunday.
That.
If he fills the 5th spot, it would be Sunday.
Yeah.
So, but I'll be on vacation starting Saturday. We won't do a show next week, most likely, unless I take a laptop with me and do it that way.
You'd be gone for what, like 10 days or something, you said?
No, it's actually like a week, but...
Oh, yeah, you said 10.
Saturday to Saturday.
Yeah.
I did, but that's because... I count like Friday as my last day of work, and then I go to like Monday.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. Yeah.
But
so yeah. You'll still be posting on there. I'll still be posting on there.
I'll have service. Well, I won't have service from Wednesday to Saturday of next week, because I'll be camping. But
how am I supposed to call you for my good night?
Saturday to Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll have service because I'll be in Leavenworth. But going from Leavenworth to Cleellum, so.
I don't think I've gone that long without talking to you.
You've gone like 4 years, buddy.
That is not true. We still wrote letters when you were in the Army. Don't even try to give me that. I got letters at home.
But yeah, so stay tuned. Like we said, the trade deadline.
Yeah, so much good information.
NHL free agency is starting, I believe, next week. I'd have to look up the date to double check, but I want to say it's next week. Training camp starts tomorrow for the Seahawks. Sounders are still killing it. Team USA softball just took second place, or I guess silver medal.
Silver.
Team USA, we're ahead in the medal count right now. I know that.
That's not the right one I wanted to look up.
What are you trying to look up?
Free agency, but it's not giving me one there. I can just look right away. So
yeah, that game that we have on right now,
July 28th
was today. It's a rerun.
Yeah. NHL free
July
agency,
28th.
July 28th.
So tomorrow.
That 28th.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this
today's the 27th. That makes tomorrow
okay.
The 28th.
So tomorrow, yeah, free agency tomorrow. So.
And actually, we're in second place in the medal count now. No, what? How the fuck does that make sense? It says we're in second, but we have 29 and they have 20. Japan has 20. Oh, because they have more gold medals. Whatever. Anyways, so NHL free agency starting tomorrow. Mariners are getting that butt whooped right now. Rubber match will be tomorrow most likely, unless they rally another comeback. Training camp.
Yeah, stay tuned on the page for if we make a comeback, because last night I was having a blast seeing everyone comment on there.
Yeah,
at least a few people that were.
It was nice.
I feel like we were all like
also,
super excited. I could feel the energy.
We're floating right around that 400 member number, so let's fucking
get that up there. Share it.
The page.
I mean,
tell people to join. So
yeah,
we can get that number up a little bit. Got some hats for sale still.
Yeah, black and gold. These are more like yellow.
It's supposed to be gold, but it's a little bit more yellow. We'll be coming out with some new ones here before the Seahawks season starts.
Definitely.
So yeah, as always, thank you for the support.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Tune in. Probably not next week.
Probably not next week.
The week after.
I don't think you want to bring a setup out there.
I mean, I always bring a laptop, but we'll see what happens.
But so probably the week after. Yeah, maybe next time we get into some NASCAR talk, because we're getting down to the playoffs pretty soon here, and I'm definitely getting more excited about it. So we'll have a segment on that.
Until next time.
Cheers.